One of the most interesting things to me is how people really defeat themselves before they get started. And I think probably the biggest risk that someone who's considering entrepreneurism fails to realize is that this isn't like a 9 to 5 pursuit. And it's certainly not a pursuit where you have flexibility. Like people that go into entrepreneurism because they think it's going to be a flexible life, like they're going to, all of a sudden their life is going to be, easier, and they're going to be able to play more golf, and they're going to be able to be there right out of the gate at all their kids' events, and they've got it completely wrong. You eventually get to a place where flexibility becomes the standard, but it's very closely correlated to profitability. So when you're profitable, when you exceed all the monetary objectives that you have, then all of a sudden you have flexibility. I was talking to my buddy just last night, and he owns a couple of salons, and I was joking with him. I said, "Man, you're on vacation all the time." He just got back from Bora Bora, and he was he's going out to Jackson Hole to go skiing, and he was in Mammoth before that. I said, "Man, you're on vacation all the time. You must be doing really well." And he laughed at me. He's like, "Man, I'm working 16, 17-hour days every single day. I am grinding. I'm pushing harder than I've ever worked in my entire life." And then he explained to me that, he was on this trip because a friend had a house and an extra room. And he's like, and it looks glamorous to the outside, right? It looks glamorous to the outside. But the reality is that the hard charging people that ultimately make it in entrepreneurism, they don't really know moderation, right? They go all in on all aspects of their life. And so what looks glamorous, a lot of times what you don't see is the price they're paying, right? The hardship that they have to go through, the extra hours, the sleepless nights, the long weekends, right? The time away from the family. And so, don't think it's going to be an easy road. If you decide you want to go into this thing called entrepreneurism, you want to start a business, don't flexibility yourself right back into a job, because that's ultimately what's going to end up happening. And there's some nice luxuries of having a job, right? You go in at 9, you come out at 5, you flip the light switch off, and you get to go now focus on something else. You can't really do that when you own your own business, right? It's all consuming. And if it isn't all consuming, then the likelihood of you being an entrepreneur for very long isn't very good.